Hey, my name is Christina Moore, and I'm part of the technical team with Tempest-GEMS. This is a brief training for the State of New Mexico Department of Homeland Security Emergency Management Team on how to create an opportunity or a notice of funding opportunity inside of Tempest-GEMS. This process is only available to those who have the security parameters and have access to the grant administration side of the application. This training will take us through a couple of the brief keystrokes on how to do that. I hope that it's interactive. And on one of my screens, I also have the formal federally produced notice of funding opportunity. So we're going to try to bring that in. This training should last about 5 to 10 minutes. And as I said, hopefully it's interactive. So at this point, I'm looking at the Tempest-GEMS grant administration screen. And the opportunities are created here under the opportunities menu. So I'm going to click on that. And we're going to create a grant opportunity. And as mentioned, this button name may change to Notice of Funding Opportunity. And inside of Tempest-GEMS, green buttons add things, red buttons delete things, blue buttons save things and do something affirmative, and gray buttons are pretty benign. They take you backwards or cancel out of things. So I'm going to add a grant opportunity. And when this grant opportunity is created, we're going to put date parameters and other information in there. And users of Tempest-GEMS can then come in, identify their own grant opportunity, apply for that within the confines of this. That grant application then flows to the state team for review and disposition. But this is that very fundamental step of creating the opportunity. This process was roughly modeled after a federal website called grants.gov. So if you guys can picture grants.gov, this is the behind the curtain aspect of how that works. Any questions, guys?
Not yet, Christina, thank you.
Okay. So really the first question when defining a notice of funding opportunity is where is the federal funding coming from and what's it called? So we are going to identify the federal funding agency, and we are going to identify the grant type. Now, in Tempest-GEMS, we've lumped some of the Homeland Security operational grants together as a strategic opportunity for you guys. So several different grants may fit within this framework without having to charge any extra money or anything like that. So grant opportunities would include, for this one, Operation Stone Garden, assistance to some other nonprofit organizations, and some county-based grants.
Okay.
So,
I do know, Christina, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That Stone Garden is included in the Homeland Security grant that we received.
That has been the intent, that if we give it a broad enough name and a broad enough scope, we can include some of the smaller volumes, smaller dollar grants into this process and help you automate that. Okay. So we've got the very fundamentals defined here. And because the future process involves writing sub-grant agreements, we need to have a master grant. And inside of Tempest-GEMS, we use the phrase program to identify, it's a little different than how your agency uses it, but inside of Tempest-GEMS, a program is a grant type, such as Homeland Security, intersecting with a grant period. So calendar 21-22, Homeland Security or Operation Stone Garden is a program in our definition. So I'm going to put that in there. And because we do not yet have a master grant for calendar year 21-22, we're going to create one on the fly. This basically creates the context behind the scenes so that all the little whiz bang cool stuff works inside of Tempest-GEMS. Okay. We need a unique program ID, and I think I'm going to put 2122 in here. And guys, did this grant start on what, the 1st of July, 2021? Is that a true statement?
January 1st.
Oh, truly calendar year. And this runs through 12/31 of 2022 then.
No, it runs through June 31 of 23. No. Yeah, 23.
Okay.
It's
June.
18 months.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. And do we know when this grant was awarded to the state of New Mexico? It's not critical, but is there something here that would help us?
It was awarded to us on September 1st, 21.
Okay. Including Stone Garden, and others. Okay, you guys, the Department of Homeland Security Emergency Management, you really own this data. So my intent is to get you started, but it's ultimately on you to get this right. Fair enough. So we have some eligibility criteria that we can put in here, and I'm looking through this document that was emailed to me.
Yeah.
Do you have a sense of where I might find that in here?
Priorities. They're called priorities.
Okay. But I think we pretty much have to be government entity in New Mexico, or in a limited case.
Page 5.
Page
has
5.
The five priorities we need to.
Okay, I see them.
Trail.
Okay. Okay, I've got some flexibility here. So,
you could have
I missed, I literally missed the last sentence. And of course, if we, if there's something here that we missed, or you need a little tune up on how it looks or presents, we can do that for you. And that's included in our contract at no burden to the state. Okay. So this is information that's now available, well, when it's approved, would be available and visible to the applicants. And it will allow them to screen themselves in and out at a glance, okay? When was it that they could start applying for this grant? This is the application deadline you, state grant administrator, are providing to your subrecipients, your applicants.
Okay, then Shanae knows that date.
Okay. And we don't have to have this perfect or even perfect today, right? So,
right.
10, 20, how about somewhere around 11:15 seems like a thing. 11:12. Okay. So as you can see, I'm taking the information that I'm not expert with from the NOFO from the federal government, and I'm communicating that in here. The status is forecasted or posted. I'm going to put this in here as posted for now. And the opportunity number, I think, Eli, help me out. This is just something they can put in there, right? So this was Shish Gap 22.
Yeah, it's just like the identification number for the grants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a cost share on this, and the cost share percent is what, 25%? Am I guessing?
The cost share,
Yeah.
our SHIFCAF is a pass-through.
So the applicant gets 100% of the, or do this is really asking from the applicant's
Yeah,
side.
on SHIFCAF, the subrecipient gets 100% of what we award them.
Fine, but do they have to prove a contribution of 12.5 or 25%?
No,
No? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
No.
Okay. So opportunity posted date and updated dates, this all has to do with the process of advertising on our system.
Okay.
So, let's just make believe that you advertise this, mid-September, and it was due, whatever date that was. So
November
this allows
12th.
us, go ahead, Meryl.
November 12th. That's what you had put in when it's due.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then the total funding amount is in this document over here, but that looks like a federal lump.
Yes.
Yeah. New Mexico, so 4,602,500. Okay. And these other terms we borrowed from grants.gov to help all of this stuff. So if there's a link on your own website to additional information, who your contact people are, we provide all of that to you. You can upload logos and it becomes very robust. Okay. And then,
Dang, you're gonna have a lot of fun.
well,
I'm looking forward.
the point is that the information you're putting in here once a year, plus the documents, becomes a consistent communication to your applicants, and you get to do the I done told you so kind of thing. It was there. Please go ahead and grab it. So scope of work. Just know that this master grant is what the scope of your state grant is with Homeland Security. So it's from your agency back to the feds. So I'm just going to put some text in here for fun because I can. Okay. And then there's a CFDA list on a lot of grants. Is that in here? I'm going to just do a search. Nope, wrong search. CFDA. Oh, okay. We found CFDA was on a lot of grants.gov. And then documents that we can upload. Okay. by uploading the original NOFO, we have now made this available to any applicant within the environment. And then that is save. So what we've done on this initial step is we have created a notice of funding opportunity within Tempest-GEMS. We've done this on the state side or the grant administration side. And given the parameters that you fill in and your open dates and your close dates and all of that kind of stuff, you will define when your applicants can come in here and see this. There's a period of time when it's being advertised ahead of it, and then there's a period of time when they can apply. And when they hit apply, the application gets put into this request menu over here, and the applicant is emailed a PDF version of the completed application. And that pretty much completes the little show and tell on how to add a grant opportunity. Guys, do you have any questions?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, so we get this all in.
Yes.
Do we separately notify our community that there's this opportunity?
At this moment, absolutely, Meryl, because we currently have no applicants actively on Tempest-GEMS.
Right.
So, in the future, you would put this out there and you would send out an email and a blast and everything else. You'd be like, hey, log in at Tempest-GEMS, it's ready to go. But,
Okay.
we're on day 0. So yes, of course you have to do it that way. And once you've done that, you'll have to work with the Tempest-GEMS support team and make sure everybody gets usernames and accounts, because at day 0, none of the applicants have that information.
Okay.
Yeah. And the training that we would provide to the applicants is different, because they're not going to have the opportunity to edit the NOFO. They're only going to be seeing and filling in the application.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
There was one more question. If anybody else, go ahead. I have to think about it just a second.
Sure.
There was some.
I got one for you, Christina.
Okay.
So the majority, from our standpoint, from our perspective, the majority of this information is going to come out of the NOFO, and then we'll fill in all the data on here. And like you mentioned earlier, it's really just to provide like a digital access of the NOFO to our applicants. That's easily accessible. They can search it well. The information's basically pulling all the New Mexico Nexus stuff out of this NOFO to our applicants.
That's it, exactly. And the original plan 4 years ago at the outset of this contract is that all of emergency management and homeland security grants in the state of New Mexico would be offered through this one portal. Therefore, while we're starting here, public assistance or hazard mitigation, all of those things in time will be in here, and this can become a one-stop shop for your applicants.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
Go ahead, Meryl.
On the request,
Yes.
is that notification from the subrecipient?
So when the applicant comes in and applies, which will be a different training and a different video, when they complete that process, that request will land in here. Tempest-GEMS has the opportunity to email you guys. And
Okay, so all the applications go into request.
Yes. Yes.
So program will have to watch for that, and they have all the applications there.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And we will approach how to review those requests and approve or deny those in a separate training, but this is a perfect lead into that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna force you and I to work really well together, Meryl.
Absolutely.